The Bears look terrible. They're 0-2. They have an average score margin of 14, one of the worst in the NFL. They got blasted 38-20 by the Packers, and they lost by 10 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Justin Fields, what the hell happened to this man? He was playing some really good football at times last year. I had him on my fantasy squad. This season, he's been playing like dog shit. And I love Justin Fields. This is my favorite player in the NFL, but we got to keep it 100. And I was listening to First Take earlier this morning, and Stephen A. Smith said that Justin Fields is not to blame for the Bears' struggles in Chicago. And I got to ask you, Stephen A. Smith, did you watch Justin Fields against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Stephen A. Smith, Justin Fields got outplayed by Baker Mayfield. I saw several times in that game Justin Fields get sacked, not because the offensive line was bad, but either A, he was holding on to the ball too damn long, or two, he was showcasing his poor pocket awareness and literally running right into defenders. There was one play where Justin Fields, instead of running outside of the pocket where he had space to run and pick up a lot of yards, he stepped up and ran up into a sack. Are you serious? Are we not watching the same film here? Like, Justin Fields has not looked good this year. He looks like he has regressed. Luke Getsy, I mean, some people don't want to give him blame. Some people think that Justin Fields is making Luke Getsy look bad. Some of the plays that I saw Chicago try to execute against Tampa Bay, like that wide receiver little reverse they be trying to do, is awful. I mean, the Chicago Bears, not only is Justin Fields not playing well, but the coaching doesn't look up to par. Isn't Matt Eberflus supposed to be a defensive-minded head coach? He had a really good defense during his time in Indianapolis. That defense still looks crazy bad. They were getting shredded by Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans had damn near a career day. He went for 170. 2 tutties on Chicago's defense. This doesn't look like a great team. This team looks awfully coached, and the quarterback play has been disappointing, to say the least. We were expecting Justin Fields to take a monumental leap this year. There were people who were putting their money on Justin Fields winning MVP this season. And I know after watching these first 2 games, if you put money on Justin Fields winning MVP, you got to be having a really sick feeling in your stomach because you just donated money to charity to Vegas. Justin Fields doesn't even look like a top half starting quarterback right now. He can't hit a lot of accurate guys. He doesn't throw with a lot of anticipation. And also, he overlooks a lot of open wide receivers. There was a play against the Buccaneers when DJ Moore was open on the flat route, and Justin Fields didn't even look his direction on some Mitch Trubisky shit. I remember when I was watching the Bears play a couple of years ago, and Mitch Trubisky looked at Allen Robinson, looked at somebody else, looked at Allen Robinson wide open again, and threw it to somebody else who was covered. The development of Justin Fields has looked terrible the first 2 weeks this year. And maybe Justin Fields ends up turning it around. I hope that he turns it around. But the Bears don't look like a good team. This looks like a team that possibly could be picking in the top 3, top 5 of the draft next year. They were banking on Justin Fields making improvements. There's no more excuses that you can make for Justin Fields. You get DJ Moore. You improve the offensive line. But even with the improvements that they made to the offensive line, it still doesn't look all that great. Your left tackle who started for you last year was getting destroyed. Your right tackle down there, right, rookie out of Tennessee, was getting destroyed and eaten up. This team doesn't look good. You can't put all the blame on Justin Fields, but you do have to give him the majority of blame. I mean, the dude had several turnovers. He's a turnover machine. He's just not playing great football. As much as I love Justin Fields, I got to keep it 100 and I got to be unbiased. I'm really disappointed with what I've seen out of him. He doesn't look like he's taking steps in improvement. He looks like he's taking steps backwards. He doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. I mean, he's not going through all his progressions. He's not seeing open wide receivers. He just looks lost out there. Honestly, when you look at Justin Fields against Tampa Bay, he just looked like a deer in highlights. Outside of running the football, throwing the football just doesn't look all that comfortable for him. Maybe he needs to get traded to a team that has one of the best offensive minds in the league. Maybe a Sean McVay would take him. Hell, Kevin O'Connell, I would love to see what he could do with Justin Fields, but it doesn't look good for the Chicago Bears. You can say maybe the Bears got to pick a side, Matt Eberflus or Justin Fields, but I think they should probably move on from both. If the season was to end right now, Justin Fields doesn't look like the kind of quarterback that can lead you to the promised land. And Matt Eberflus, his defense sucks. And if you specialize in defense and your defense is garbage, that means you're not a good head coach. Justin Fields in Chicago, man, they got the Kansas City Chiefs coming up this week. It looks like they most likely are headed for an 0-3 start. And the majority of the times, if your team starts 0-3, that means that you probably miss out on the playoffs. Maybe the Bears get hot in the middle of the season, but it's like when you look at their schedule, where do you see an easy win? I mean, we thought that they were going to be able to beat the Buccaneers week 2, and they lost that game. You know, like, we thought this team could possibly start 2-0. They lost to Green Bay. He lost to Jordan Love. Jordan Love, nobody really knew what to expect from him in his first official game starting for Green Bay post Aaron Rodgers, and he outplayed Justin Fields. And not just that Jordan Love outplayed Justin Fields, but so did Baker Mayfield. Justin Fields looks like one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League right now. This season, if they lose to Kansas City, could possibly lean to implosion for Chicago this year. And it's a little disappointing. A lot of people didn't expect much out of the Bears this season. At best, you probably thought they could be between 8-10 wins this year. But man, this team looks terrible. They need to make some changes, and they need to make them fast, because if they lose to Kansas City, you're going to have to start asking a lot of tough questions.